How you doing, guys? This is Hybridsteel and welcome to Cache Cleaner Simulator. This is the video that I create when I've played a game for a little while, and for all the new players out there who are getting into this video is for you. Down in the comment section below, I hope other people are helping along and tapping in their all little hints and tips for people who are brand new to the game. And this is one of these games that just, you kind of wish you knew things when you first started. The game is very self-explanatory. Start, do this, do that, and empty out, do this, cache, do that, cache. Do this and do that and you'll be fine. You know, just follow the tutorial, basically the game, and the world is your oyster. But for all those little tips, those little things that you go, I wish I knew that before I started, this is kind of that video. So number one, palettes are your best friends. Palettes can help you sort out from counterfeit notes over there to marked notes to coins. Boxes do help as well if you're collecting strange things like I did, and I'll explain all this now. During this game, you're going to be finding different types of notes, so you're going to have like different marks on them all. All of these are indicated on the little chart on the wall that is now in the game, that wasn't in the game when I first played this. But you've got the FDI, the police, the Yakuza, the Mafia, the cartel, and unknown. All these bills are marked. Now you can wash them, I'll get into that in a bit, but at the end of the day, this is like all the stuff you're looking for if you can be bothered to sort out notes. For me, it was kind of a necessity because my weird OCD brain. Next, we're going to be talking to you about counterfeit notes. Counterfeit notes have no actual ID marks on them at all. No silver, no government marks, no nothing. They're basically just bits of paper painted different colors to look pretty. They're not real. Don't touch them. So I kind of keep them all to one side and it's all good. Now, each one of your sorting machines has a counterfeit note finder located on the side of the box. If you turn this off, it will not find counterfeits. If you turn this on, it will find counterfeits. If you want to find magical mystery marked notes, you'll need the other counter, which can be found in the shop, or it basically looks a little like this. These come with different settings, and I'll get into the reason why I have a few of these right in a minute, but we're not currently quite there. Now, when it comes down to boxes, the reason why I have a few boxes is because I'm a weird hoarding type of person who said I might need some of this stuff and I don't know why. Actually, when I was playing through the game, turns out I was kind of right. I needed bullet casings because somebody asked for them in a mission. So I kept all my bullet casings. Bits of random crappy bits of paper that you have no value whatsoever. Guess what? It was a mission. I needed to find crappy bits of random paper and give them to somebody in a mission. So be a hoarder. Everything has a value. Now, coins. Coins never really served a value when we first started playing this game, but now that the giant washing machines in the game that you would have seen on your road maps, you need coins to make the thing work. So keep your coins. If you're just starting this game, do not, under any circumstances, throw them in the fire. Next, let's talk about storage. Now, during this game, you're going to be putting loads of different payloads of money in different types of containers. If a box now is able to be washed, wash it, dry it, and make sure you keep it because you need it for all the fun missions you're about to undergo. And all those fun missions can be found on the dark net. 40 bills, $245,000, 9 million yen. Now, when it says 40 objects, by the way, pack these items for sale, 40 coins into a backpack. I will not be taking this mission because I use it on my washing machine. I'm not doing that mission. But the one that says 40 bills, I would probably do if I had enough for it. And I'll show you the mission now just to say. It says, find and deliver gang marked bills, 40 of them, and then put them in a sport bag. So number one, you need a sports bag. Number two, you need 40 of these types of notes. Now, it does say specifically you need gang marked ones, so it's Yakuza, Mafia or Cartel. Chuck 40 of those in a bag, give it to the mission, and all is good. So if you're going to do what I did before, I had palette upon palette of different types of marked notes. I didn't really need to do it, I just did because of me. And at the end of the day, it's always nice to have kind of a selection of them just in case it comes to random missions. Do not throw them all in the way. Do not get them all cleaned. I only cleaned them all for a video. I didn't need to do it. I did it and then went, I kind of needed all those. So I started my collection again. Now, I'm going to talk about RNG a little bit because it does kind of affect the actual like marked notes as well. Now, marked notes are done in RNG along with everything else in this game. So when it comes to accepting a mission, let's say I'm just going to be doing this one for $245,000. So I need to get $245,000 in notes, in a small box, strapped in packs, any dollar bills, dry money, no marked money. Chances are this job is coming from a bank job. I'm going to be getting a couple of sacks where I have to cut them open so the ink doesn't go off, so I'm able to get it all out and be happy. Now if it does get exploded, I have to put it all through the washing machine and use the ink remover, and then we're all good. Now during this mission, if it's coming from a bank vault, let's say this is a bank mission because it's coming in like no inked marked bills, so I'm assuming it's a bank job. Technically, some of those bills could be marked by the police or FDI to be easily be traced. There are the marked notes up there. And the best thing you could do is keep some of them aside and go from there. Now, when it comes to sorting out marked notes at the beginning, it's always best to use the UV light. Unfortunately, going through every single note is painstakingly horrible until you've got the money to buy the brand new sorter that came out in a couple of updates ago, that involves using the auto sorter for basically marked notes. So you are looking for, wherever it is, there it is, the marked bill sorter for 1300 crypto. Can't remember what level you have to be to open it, but you definitely need one of these because it really does help. Now unfortunately that didn't come out until I finished the game, and when I finished the game it was just too late, but I do use it now just through shits and giggles. When it comes to these containers over here, these are goo missions. I actually had a chat with somebody in my comment section when they said I would have to restart the game to get a goo mission. Turns out, because it's full on RNG, you have no idea of the missions you're going to be taking. Yes, you could be waiting a really long time to find a goo mission, but at the end of the day it could be in the next one around the corner. The downside is that with a goo mission you need like the proper detergent to clean it. So if you're going to take on a goo mission, try and keep it aside until you get the giant washing machine, because the giant washing machine is a godsend to the rest of your game, along with the giant sorter. Now the giant sorter is basically all three of these machines in one, and I'll show it all to you now. You may have seen it if you've watched any of my videos or anybody else who's played this game. This is the giant sorter. It basically sorts every type of currency depending on if you push this button or this button here. This one will change it between dollars, euros and yen, and this is your current denomination, so 10k, then it's the 5k and the $1,000 the 1,000 yen note. The only currency to use for notes is dollars, so blame the Americans for being awkward in this game, because then you have to run through, like if you set this up so you've got $100 notes, $50 notes, $20 notes, you're just gonna have a massive pile of $10 notes on the floor. Make sure you've got a pallet spare, just chuck it on the floor around it, just in front of the chute, and let it all come off. Again, on the side of this machine it comes with a counterfeit finder, so if you do turn it off it's not going to find counterfeit ones. If you turn it on, make sure you've got a container or a trolley to the side. It collects them all to one side. Early missions found that a lot of my counterfeit stuff was yen, so if you take yen missions early on, chances are some of them are going to be counterfeit and some of them are just going to be okay. But if you go through this whole pile, like most of the stuff at the bottom is mainly yen, and it works up through dollars as I've gone through the game. Now, when it comes to the marked note finder, the marked note finder has different settings on it. It comes from where if I click this button, I can sort all of the notes out. So then basically everything that's sort of like a Yakuza or a Mafia or anything else, even the unknown notes, they'll sit on the bottom whilst the other ones are falling out, which is why I've got a palette here. So for all spare notes can be left here. I personally, because I like to separate my stuff off, and this is why I'm a little bit of a weirdo, so I will put this down to unknown. So then what's going to happen is that this one up here is for gang notes, so this one will get all the gang notes. This one is for the FDI, this one is for the police, and this one is for the unknown. Now the gang notes themselves I would have to sort out manually because they don't have a setting for each type of gang, which is kind of annoying. but that's just me. So let me just put that back to unknown. So what I would have to do, because I'm a little bit, well, I say a little bit OCD, I am OCD. When it comes down to the game ones, I'd literally just take the whole pile out, come over here to where my UV bench is, put it down and just sort through them. I don't use the booth because it's kind of a waste of time when you've got all the equipment around you. I find it easier to use all of like the washing machine and the powders and bits and pieces instead of you trying to scrub things clean. It's more annoying than it is anything else. Anyways, hope that all that helps there. Now, when it comes to bundles of notes, again, in my comments section, some nice person said, why don't you bundle up certain denominations of your cash so it's easier to count? And that was like, boom, big brain moment. I didn't think about this until that person spoke to me. And when it came down to it, so what I did was I took my $100 notes, which are in bundles up to 10,000 per bundle. So what I've got here is I've got $100,000 and $100,000. So I know there's 200 grand there, which is good. When it comes down to the 50s, there's 50 grand there and 50 grand there. That's $100,000 plus whatever I've got left. And these are kind of messed up because I thought I was doing 10,000 bundle when I was doing 20,000 bundles. So there's 20 grand, there's 20 grand, and they're $10,000 because I'm an idiot. And these are $10,000 denomination bundles. So if a mission comes through that I need like 60, 70 grand's worth of like notes, I'm just going to shove the whole lot into a suitcase, whatever, and send it off, and it's all good. Same with all the other currencies. I've basically clean filmed X amount of money, stuck it in lumps. I know what's in here. So let's say I needed 10,000 euro. Well, let's say I needed 100,000 euros. I'd literally just take this bundle of cash, chuck it in, and do whatever I need to do for the mission. If I needed 60 grand, I'd take one of these bundles, which is 50,000, and then I might take another 10 grand off of one of these bundles. So you kind of get the gist that it's actually easier to count if everything's like kind of wrapped up, and you kind of get a gist of what's in your bundles and so on and so forth, and it's definitely easier to count. So thank you to the people that basically spoke to me in my comments. I can't remember your names, but for all those people out there who have helped like me through the time, it's most appreciated. Right, so I'm going to explain these three bundles here. These three are basically spare note denominations that I cannot put into bundles of X amount of money. So when it comes to dollars, it's your $100 bills go into 10,000, your $50 bills go into 100 notes, and so on and so forth. There's not enough here to do them, so I piled them into their own like categories. So when it comes to me doing like a mission, let's say I get a dollar mission through, I'm just going to whack the whole lot through again, and then it kind of helps towards the mission to fill it all up. And that's kind of just me. You don't have to do it. It's just one of those things. Now when it comes to the safe smashing through your game, here's the safe and it's smashed through my game. You'll get gold bars, statues and bits and pieces. I did have a pallet for silver statues, but a mission took them all. I haven't got any more left. Chances are during your RNG mission take, you might take on a few, and so on and so forth. When you get into the storeroom, you get inundated with all these shelves with massive amount of cardboard boxes. I sorted all my cardboard boxes out, so I no longer have to get any more cardboard boxes whatsoever. So there's large, medium, I'm not sure if there's small in there, but there's definitely XL boxes in there as well. I haven't had to use them because every mission I take on at the moment is like sports bags or suitcases. I'm unupdated with those sort of missions, and it never goes away. Cardboard boxes, kind of a weird one. I use them and I still get them through on deliveries. And now with the giant washing machine, which we're going to talk about now, you can wash boxes and containers and everything else. As long as you dry them, you can still use them and basically recycle them for your brand new mission. Now, the last but not least, the giant washing machine. I will put my hands up in the sky and say I am an idiot, because I say it quite a lot when it comes to simple things in games. I forgot when I was playing this that up there was kind of like a placeholder, and I was like, yeah, it's just up there, it's fine. And when they put in the giant washing machine, that one unlocked, and I forgot about it. Me being me, I bought another one. And some nice person, and again, I can't remember your names, they sent me a message saying, well, you can put a whole pallet's worth of money into the dryer. And all of a sudden my brain went click, and I was like, that's a good point. So what I did was I put my massive washing machine on a couple of tables and I put the dryer underneath it. So what I do now is I get up on top, I fill the washing machine up with like a big pallet's worth of money, close the door, give it its treatments, which is ink removal, goo removal, or basic laundry, or ink cleaning. So you've got these different settings for what you're going to be doing in your game, which is amazing. This machine takes coins. It tells you how many coins each wash is going to take. So a basic takes 1, like a goo removal takes 5. So you're going to be using coins up on this. And if you're going to use this, then you need the different detergents. The different detergents come from the shop. So you go into your black market, you go into supplies, you work your way down into where are we at? We are here. Ink cleaning liquid detergent. This stuff is being used on the washing machine. The mark removal spray goes into the booth. I don't use the booth, so I'm never going to use it anyway. And then what you have to do when you've finished, you push the eject button. The eject button opens this up, and that basically throws everything out of it straight down. Now, if you've got this open at the same time you push the eject button, everything gets put into the dryer. You shut your door, you push the button, and hey presto, you've just washed an entire pallet of money and dried it, and then all you got to do is take it all out and put it back on the pallet. Amazing. And then that's it. That is everything that I can think. Oh no, there's one more thing, and I think this is why most people get angry with me, and it's a very, very, very simple thing. If you pick up a knife and you push X, it stores the knife. Now, most of the time, the reason why I don't do this is because it's like a 10mm spanner in your garage. I lose stuff all of the time, and you can never find your 10mm socket. It doesn't matter where you look, you always lose 10mm sockets. Ask all the people who are ever mechanics. 10mm socket, and it's bloody disappeared again. Now, the reason why I don't use it is because I forget that if you push tab, you can bring up your bag and pull out your knife again. So I tend to just leave my knife on the side where I do all my work, which is what I find easier. Now, if you find it easier to pick up your knife, push tab, push the X button and put it into your tap button, and then push tab and then take it out and then put it down, go for it. That's up to you. But for me, that is just easier. I know where my knives are, I know where my lights are, I know where my pallets are, and I know where everything is. This game is very simple to play, but very kind of obsessive. It's obsessive to play. If you've got a kind of weird sorting out like mental health issue like myself, this game is ideal. It will calm your brain. It's kind of like sticking fingers in and just like giving yourself a weird brain massage, because you're just doing something that switches your brain off and it just calms you down. It's very simple to get lost in this game. Very simple. And before you know it, you've done what I've done. You've played it too much, and then you're like, I know what I'm doing now, don't worry, I'm all good. But apart from that, it's all good. If you've got any more questions, or if you want to see any more videos from this game, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're one of those people that also have a tip or a trick that I haven't covered in this, down in the comment section, because as a community, it's nice to help everybody else. It might just be something simple that I didn't mention in this video. And if it is something simple, put it down there. Let everyone else do the same thing, because whilst everyone else is commenting, you're helping other people. And if you're like me, you've played the game too much and you kind of just go, oh yeah, you missed that. People would like to know that as well. And that's kind of where I like grow from. So until my next video, live stream, or whatever else I do on this channel, hit the like, subscribe and notifications button below. I'll see you all later. I'm going to say peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. A boom. Fist bump to you.